This one now, if I did trouble, I would tell you if I talk. If I say Nigeria may cease to exist if APC wins election in 2027. Let me show you this news as they come. The former Kaduna State Governor Nasri Elrufia has posited that Nigerians may not have a country they can call their own should the ruling All Progressive Congress retain power in the 2027 general elections. Speaking at the grassroots mobilization campaign for the opposition coalition, the African Democratic Congress held in Sokoto on Saturday, the former APC chieftain Elrufia maintained that he is ready to mobilize Nigerians to eject the incompetent ruling party. He revealed that the coalition in Sokoto is in Sokoto to begin the process of mobilizing Nigerians against the APC government at the local and federal levels. I'm not in politics to get anything for myself. I'm in politics to serve, he said. When the government does not serve the people, it is my duty as a senior citizen to come out and condemn it and take steps to reverse the situation. That is why we come together as people opposed to the policies of this government to form the coalition, which has resulted in the adoption of ADC. I believe that if we allow this party and the government to continue for a second term in office, what remains of Nigeria's social capital will be destroyed and we may not have a country at all. This is a fight for our lives. You see, sometimes, when discussions like this come out, the real problem makers, the real troublemakers, now the news outlets them where they carry the news. They manipulate caption to suit a narrative that will drive readers. You understand? They want to sell. So they just throw it, and there's nothing big in what Elrufia said. If somebody said the country might cease to exist if APC retain power, by ceasing to exist, we don't mean it might not mean like there will be anarchy or anything. Like play, Nigeria not exist again. Like play. You understand? So he might be talking about financially, which I think he's talking about, and economically. Even in the unity we have as Nigerians, we don't exist anymore. The only thing we really exists for this country is that name, national flag, and say other countries recognize us as country. If not, everything that and when we win football, everything that makes us a country does not exist anymore. Inside this country, Chinese don't get level past me. Inside this country, are we still a country? There are countries in the world where every other person is allowed to enter visa free, but except Nigerians. And a few other people who still call themselves countries, but they are not countries. Are we still a country? Not be which year we see Chinese man spray money and anybody arrest her. But your me casual when they spray money for a bed, the EFCC not let her get peace. Are we still a country? You know, so we are no longer seen as a set of people around the world. Even inside home, if you get problem with Ibuto, they make off in a land police station, you go know who be living thing. So let's just stop changing narratives of people's statements. I'm not an Elrufia fan and I will never be. But does not mean that what he has said is one big word. If you are looking for big word, now the type where Buhari talk before he win election, when Goodluck was in power, he said if PDP win, that the blood of dogs and baboon will flow. Now those ones might be terrible statements. Those are the kind of statements that would threaten people. So when people say, not an ass.
Election.
Yeah, that was during the election, Abi.
No, during the MC Oluomo.
MC Oluomo during election. Yeah, Tinibu, if you don't go vote for, stay for your house. Those are the kind of statements you will say they are threats, you know. Everybody didn't really pull any threat. There are a lot of things to fix in Nigeria if we want to call ourselves a country. So far, so good. I think we have even ceased to exist anyway. Now, not there yet. Tinibu won't dash people money, dash them dollar inside our country. He give them dollar. He do it the first time. Nigerians rake. Why you go use dollar? Why you not use naira? They do them again yesterday. So even our naira, what they call currency, does not even exist anymore. It only ceased to exist. But I think we could, at the last minute, we will all decide to do the right thing and we'll fix our country. That man like we can bad enough, they fight all of them. Mona come back, go fix Nigeria.
Nigeria is almost a lawless nation. We are a country that has so many laws but are governed by people who do not abide by the laws. In fact, we have a National Assembly who seem to be more of lawbreakers than the lawmakers.
Yes.
They make laws for the poor but cannot live by those laws. They chose what part of the judicial orders to obey and the ones they can violate. So when you want to see how corrupt a country is, look at the laws. So many laws for everything, but nobody is, because the problem are not the laws, it is the implementation of the laws. In Nigeria, if you go by the laws that protect people, everybody should be protected.
Yes.
Everybody should be okay. Women should be protected. Children, there is a Universal Basic Education Act that provides that there is compulsory education from primary to secondary level. But guess what? We have more than 20 million out of school children. So there is a disconnect between our laws and the enforcement of those laws, and that is where we must pay attention to, not having charlatans making laws that they cannot abide by. So the Nigerians do not believe it is possible to have free and fair elections.
I was going to say that.
A lot of Nigerians do not even want to invest time in that because they know it will not work. But the truth is, the more they refuse, the more you must insist, because that is your only silver bullet.
So we should
without
not give up.
Don't give up. Debbie, if you complain about insecurity, hunger, inflation, unemployment, you are wasting time. Guess why? The persons who are responsible for this thing are coming back in 2027.
Yes,
If you fail to hold them accountable, you are renewing your Shege subscription for another 4 years. You go still lament.
Again, all over
So
again,
either fix election now or continue to postpone the evil day.
Now the truth is, a lot of people have been protesting. This is not the first time that people are coming out to say we want a reform. But then, do you think that a time will ever come when this reform will take place?
Yes. The time is already coming.
Okay.
You know, there is nothing that incites or mobilizes national uproar than a bad and failed system. Now the shege way they go through go mobilize you. Because pretending not to be a part of it or not paying attention to it does not insulate you from being a victim.
Yes.
You can be a victim of a process you decide to ignore. Nigeria can happen to you. Between now where you they plan to jackpot and when you jackpot, stray bullets can hit anybody.
Exactly.
People who have died were not protesting. For as long as you are under slavery or under bondage, fighting for freedom is forever until you get freedom.
Okay.
So the protests we have had in Nigeria have been, NSAS. There is a lot that happened with NSAS and all that. Now it has to be strategic. If you want to see a protest that will be efficient, identify one foundational problem. Identify the institution where it will be solved and shut down that place. We don't have any business on the toll gate or on the street. The National Assembly and the Presidential Villa and the State Houses of Assembly are the focus of Nigeria. That is where you will get what you want.
I was going to come to that NSAS thing you said. Now, how do we talk to Nigerians to let them come out? Because someone who was a victim during that NSAS, because I said something before, those of them that died during the NSAS, to them, wherever they are, they think that Nigeria done better.
Yes.
Now, if someone who lost a family member, how would you talk to that person to let the person come out to make sure they seek for this electoral reform, to make sure Nigeria goes better?
Edafe, because your family member died from NSAS protest does not mean you too cannot die from Nigeria's dysfunction.
Word.
Your own family member may have died from NSAS bullets. Your own, maybe you reach UBTH and there is no oxygen. Or you are sick and there is no ambulance to take you there. Or there is even an ambulance but the road is flooded. There is no fuel. As long as you are alive, we must continue to struggle. And if we do not do anything to consolidate on the pain of the persons whose lives were lost,
Problem continues.
it then means we have even failed them. Because as you rightly said, where they did, they go, they think say Nigeria done better. Maybe they were martyrs, but not knowing that the persons who they were even fighting with have given up. Imagine such a situation. Nation building is not a sprint; it's a marathon. Every country that was developed by resilient people. You will face challenges and difficulties, but you must be as tough as it gets.
Give up, no join.
It's not in our dictionary.
Because if you go to embassies, you see the thousands of people that want to leave the country, because a lot of Nigerian youths are already giving up on this country.
But make I shock you. When Ukraine and Russia started their war, and then they say that people are fighting there, Ukraine was looking for conscripts from other countries that may go to join them. Nigerians went to the Nigerian Foreign Affairs Ministry to go and put down their name that they want to go to Ukraine. They interviewed them and said that no, now it is war with one of the most powerful military against Russia. They say that Nigeria too is at war. Say it is the same thing. He said, Shebi, if you survive, they will give you visa, you go stay there. Let's go. If you die, you die. If I don't die, it is that bad.
Exactly.
Nigerians are migrating from Nigeria to Togo.
I can imagine.
People are leaving Nigeria. They are protesting against Nigerians in Ghana now.
Yes.
Remember 30 years ago, how many years ago under Shagari when it was Ghana must go? Today, Nigerians in Ghana are being threatened to even leave.
Nigerians must go.
Nigerians are in Cameroon. Nigerians, as we are talking, are in the Middle East,
and
Iran,
we are the giants of Africa.
Benghazi, people are in Iraq.
The most populated black nation in the world. One of the most blessed countries in terms of human and natural resources. That is where we are as a people. So the desperation is frightening. We must fix it.